couple days ago, we talked about Ethan Klein dropping his defamation lawsuit against Noah Samsen with prejudice. That means he cannot reopen it. Prior to dropping it, they had actually offered some settlements that obviously had terms Noah Samsen didn't want to agree with. Some of those terms involving non-disparagement, which means Noah Samsen could not make videos about Ethan Klein going forward. Noah offered his rebuttal, never received a response, and then ultimately...
People are making videos about MorPegaslop. MorPegaslop, who has disparaged the good reputation of the beautiful nation of Singapore. What a time to be alive, man. What a time to be alive.
Ultimately was going to move forward with his anti-slap motion. Ethan Klein, obviously knowing that this anti-slap was likely to go forward, didn't want to pay out Noah Samsen's legal fees, probably didn't want to deal with the shame of losing to Noah Samsen. And so that's where we are as of a couple days ago, where he's dropped that lawsuit. Most recently, he's also dropped, without prejudice, the lawsuit against Denims for the countdown stream, likely to focus on the appeal. Because it's without prejudice, he could reopen it at a further date, at a later date. But who knows? Who knows? I imagine his motivations have changed with a lot of the public pressure from people like Most Critical, Fantano, Hassan, obviously, and just generally there being a sentiment online of him being a litigious freak. But today's video is not really a focus on Ethan Klein, it's a focus on Pegasus. Okay, now Pegasus, but we're also...
I don't, dude, seeing him, it seems you've opened the Singapore commerce route for these essay content merchants. Dude, I don't know why he puts a smile on my face. Every time I see MorPegaslop, I get happy. I mean, he's a criminal, and he's obviously put me in a great state of emotional distress over his many years of cyber stalking, mass harassment campaigns, and defamation. There's just a litany of defamatory statements that he has made, and of course, the beautiful nation state of Singapore will probably put an end to this criminal behavior, and racism. I forgot. What? Can't believe I forgot. We forgot that he's also racist. That's such an important part. Isn't there a racism statute? Lee Kuan Yew would be so disappointed to know where his national project has led to. There is an anti-racism statute in the beautiful nation of Singapore. I forgot about that. Wow. Wow. Read logs. He looks like Noah with more Pegasus hair. This looks like the evolution of Pegaslop going on TRT.
Going to talk about Nick Diorio, Sense of Society in particular, who's been very quiet on this issue since Noah Samsen's, I'd say won. Noah Samsen won. I mean, he still had to pay a bunch of legal fees, and funny enough, that's something that we're going to be talking about in reference to Pegasus, because Pegasus seems to think that it's demon time, it's awesome, it's cool. Like, especially in this video, I really want to show you guys the contrast between how Pegasus will interact with, whether it's the caller gate situation regarding Hassan, whether it's lying is OP, that's a statement that Hassan made, versus Ethan Klein weaponizing the legal system to drain people.
Wait, is the lying is OP thing coming from Pegaslop? Like, I always say lying is OP as in it's bad, but it's such an overpowered thing that like Republicans use. I've always wondered where that came from, where people were like, well, don't you say lying is OP? And it's like, yeah, like not as a good thing, man, as a bad thing. I think it's fucked up. Lying is overpowered is a statement that I am making, and I'm critical of people who are weaponizing lies. I'm saying nerf lying, please.
Financially. So as you can imagine, this title and thumbnail has nothing to do with Noah Samsen. This isn't a headline that he really wants to air on his channel. So instead, Miskiff just got exposed really bad. And then 19 minutes into the video, we'll talk about Noah Samsen.
Moving on to Diet Hassan, aka Noah Samsen, the Ethan lawsuit has actually been dismissed.
I think there's something really funny about the fact that he just sounds like such a goddamn nerd. I can't get over it. Like, I don't know if this is I don't know if this is, partially because we've just expected worse and worse content in our endless bottom of the barrel slop quest. But like, I can't find myself sincerely tuning into a guy that sounds like this. No disrespect. Like, he is audibly, how people say you got a face for the radio? He's got a voice for being quiet, I guess. I don't know what he would be on. He's got a voice for print media.
So it turns out he apparently dropped it out of nowhere. It seems like he hasn't publicly commented on it, so we'll wait for that as well. But
by the way, he then had a podcast appearance, Ethan Klein this is, and didn't mention a word, didn't say Noah's name, didn't mention anything about lawsuits. And it was a 4-hour podcast, so interesting stuff.
By the way, even when he's talking about Noah, he goes, Diet Hassan. I feel like he's got to tie it back to me somehow, which is great.
This was a defamation lawsuit because Noah said that he supported a genocide, and Ethan's goal with this lawsuit was to obviously financially drain him and I guess piss him off.
What's your moral, read of that, Pegasus? Is that a good thing? Is that something you want to see? Obviously, he's been very upset about Hassan even mentioning or joking about potentially getting him caned by going through Singaporean legal systems. What are you going to say about this, Pegasus?
It's not a joke, sir. Sir, you are not wearing a suit. I am. And of course, hold on, let me button it up. Look at the suit. What does the suit say? The suit says big business time. What are you wearing? Collared shirt. Oh, under a sweater, which is fine. That's saying I graduated from college. I graduated from big business college. Okay. And as someone who's wearing a suit, I need people to understand I love international shipping. Okay? I love international shipping. I love commerce. I love making sure trade continues its free flow. And that is why I am not joking when I say I love the beautiful nation of Singapore, and I love specifically its defamation laws, its anti-racism statutes. I forgot that one. We got to start adding that into the pile. And unfortunately, right now, it feels like Singapore is insufficient in its prosecutions of one of its biggest serial violators. More Pegasus.
It's probably a bad thing, right? That one content creator who has a lot of money is trying to silence and ruin someone's life by financially draining them through the legal system, right? That's a bad thing.
Sort of did work, but I guess he did not go all the way. Noah posted...
It sort of did work, but I guess he did. That's it? That's all we have to say? It's awesome stuff, dude.
Ethan Klein lawsuit update, case dismissed.
It's over. Ethan Klein has dropped his...
That's that. I guess his record is 2 wins and 2 losses now. Bro has an even record with Hassan Orbiter lawsuits. Now, to be honest, this one...
Attention, Hassan. I am your freight forwarder, and I have many 40-foot head HQ containers with Incoterms, DAP Singapore, ready to be delivered. However, I am concerned about Singapore's lack of enforcement of online slander laws. We must protect our containers from more Pegasus. I'm laughing to hide the fear that I have in my heart. I'm laughing only because I'm emotional and scared, emotionally distressed, positively perturbed. Oh. One day, Singapore will thrive once again with our business.
It was pretty hard to win. Defamation is notoriously hard to prove when compared to copyright abuse. Honestly, I think the real punishment here is being the CEO of Bricks and Minifigs. I mean, dude.
Dude, it's so... I actually hate this guy. Guys, let me make a completely irrelevant joke regarding a situation that's pretty serious and completely affects every content creator online, where this fucking rich piece of shit, when he doesn't like what you have to say about him, he's gonna call it defamation so he can take it to court and then drain you of $100,000. Any comment on Ethan Klein? Any comment about the morality of what he did? Anything? Do we want to say anything? Oh, Noah Samson looks like the Bricks and Minifigs guy. Who gives a fuck? Do we have anything? I know I'm expecting Pegasus to say something of substance here, but do we have anything interesting to say?
Dude, your company is not doing well. You should honestly really just give back the Legos. You were caught lying multiple times. CoffeeZilla's on your ass now. I mean, all this police corruption shit going on as well, harassing Ben. It's just not cool, man. And shave off that mustache, goddammit. We got the Hassan fans gloating.
Wow, dude, I'm creasing. What a great joke.
Loading. They're calling him 007. 0 lawsuits won. 0 fans left. 7 more lawsuits, bro. Please, this one will definitely work out. Promise just 7 more lawsuits. I don't think the statistics are accurate, but funny. Not a huge surprise. It was incredibly unlikely he was going to win that one. Defamation is notoriously hard to prove in the US, which means he started this in order to bankrupt him. How is it not incredibly shitty? I mean, he's obviously wanted to go like full demon time, right? Full John Wick mode. It's called a slap suit.
How?
I think it's pretty crazy that this guy just sits around and watches other people's contents, like commentary on issues, and just goes, they're stupid, and people go crazy for it. The fact that he's capable of farming 207,000 views in 2 days for this bottom of the barrel Redditor content is actually kind of remarkable. It's remarkable, but it's not the only kind of commerce that's missing from the beautiful nation of Singapore. Obviously, we have freights that are ready to be docked and unloaded by the longshoremen in the beautiful nation of Singapore and its many ports. Okay? Now that's real commerce.
What the fuck? How is that what you have to...
Canebert? Suitbort. This is not a joke. We must take it seriously. Canebert. Canebert?
Say, the prompt is, how is that not incredibly shitty? You go, oh, he just wanted to go full demon mode.
How is it not incredibly shitty? I mean, he's obviously wanted to go like full demon time, right? Full John Wick mode. It's called a slap suit.
Like, bro, you are so fucking willing to offer your moral indignation towards Hassan or any of these fucking people that your audience doesn't like. For once in your fucking life, just look at the situation as it is and go, it's very clear that they wanted to drain his bank account. That's fucked up. Instead, you offer this like morally ambiguous claim of, oh, he wanted to go demon time. Ethan Klein weaponizing the court systems to go demon time. And by demon time, I mean draining people's bank accounts with defamation suits and copyright lawsuits. That's just demon time. Okay, that's just some silly, goofy little thing. Hassan's rhetoric.
I actually prefer Pegasus' in-depth commentary and political theorems over your sloppiness propaganda of woke lunacy. Check yourself. It's true. I've been bested.
If you want friends, then stop supporting terrorists. Probably tone down the rhetoric. You realize that anyone who even wants to support you is completely hounded because you are that extreme. You are a social pariah. And he's such a omega crybaby, dude. Always playing.
I famously have no friends and no fans. Pegasus took all the fans and friends away. He literally offers nothing. Are you kidding me? He offers the latest and greatest content. This is what the people want. Pegaslop.
Victim. By the way, you just know if Hassan caught one of his haters saying something like, oh, I'm so alone, he's gonna call them loser incels. He's gonna...
Why not just call Hassan's rhetoric demon time? Was it not just demon time? Like when Hassan jokes about going through a Singaporean court. Let's see how he reacts.
Anyway, so then he randomly starts talking about executions. Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like 1 second he's like, hey, I really love your channel. Let's go to the gym together. Oh my God, you're jacked. Oh my God, you're jacked, bro. Now he's talking about executions.
What's the problem? It's Singaporean law. You don't like the Singaporean legal system, the place you live? He's just going demon time.
Yes. Oh, Singapore has the highest rate of state-sponsored executions on the planet.
He's not randomly talking about executions. He's talking about Singaporean law. And apparently, Singapore has a lot of executions, and you live there.
Singapore death penalty rate. Despite the decline, a large percentage of the public are supportive of the use of the death penalty, with more than 80% of Singaporeans. I'm not going to lie. This is one of my funniest ongoing bits, at least for me. You guys might not all appreciate it, but I certainly do, especially because this is better than any reaction I could have ever expected to get, because virtually all of these people that were like, Ethan Klein is going beast mode, immediately were like, what the fuck? Oh, Hassan wants to threaten to sue his critics. They hate accountability. When Ethan does it, it's awesome. But it's also funny because it's not a bit, and it's very serious, and it's actually very harmful to my business, and it's also harmful, more importantly, to the Singaporean Business Bureau, because, suit guy, We do business. We love doing international commerce. We love shipping. Okay. I love shipping. Never drop shipping, mind you. Imports and exports. Real hard commodities. I'm talking oil. I'm talking precursory chemicals necessary for fertilizers, many of which coming out of the Strait of Hormuz. I will open the Strait of Hormuz like the Strait of Malacca that's always open because it's protected by what? You guessed it, the nation of Singapore. Okay? I got containers ready to go, locked and loaded, but they're sitting at different ports right now. They're not making their way to the Singaporean ports. Why? Because we're worried. We're worried that there is a serial harasser and serial slanderer being housed and protected in the beautiful nation of Singapore. Believing in it. Wait, don't get
80% of the people that live in your country, Mr. Pegasus, okay? What's the issue with Hasanabi being a little bit on demon time? Can he not be on demon time too?
don't get the guy killed. I don't think there's a death penalty for this. And also that I would not be in favor of. Are you
So he literally says he wouldn't be in favor of
fucking
it.
insane?
Yes, they are. They are insane. Look at your chat. We got Mount.
Get Pegasus executed, Lamau. Yeah, this is real. Yeah. Mountain Griddle actually wants to kill you, man. He's not that fat Lamau. That fat Lamau right there. Also smoke Zaza Bert.
Mountain Griddle here. Get Pegasus.
Why are you freaking out, Pegasus? Why are you going crazy? He's just going a little demon time. He's just going a little demon time. He's just joking. He's just demon time.
This executed Lamau. Bro, what sort of unhinged lunatics am I dealing with? You unironically want me executed.
FLP premium Italian leather shoe. Not available in Singapore until Cyberstalker MorPegaslop is arrested. This is real. This is my business. I'm a numbers guy. I'm a suit guy. This is my number. This is my shoe. Beautiful value-tainment shoe. Tuscany leather. Designed in Florida. Designed in America. Made in Italy. Won't be shipped to Singapore until they solve this problem. Everybody gonna suffer in Singapore until we solve the problem.
Because
He literally just said he didn't want that, by the way.
I played Hassan's own.
He literally said he would not advocate for you getting executed. When Hassan talks about like the ass backwards legal system in your country that could get you killed for the type of content you're making, okay? You freak the fuck out. I can't believe Hassan's saying this. Look, your chat, you're weaponizing your chat. You're getting them to say crazy things about me. They want me dead. But then when Ethan Klein decides to weaponize the American legal system to drain Noah Samson's bank account, drain Denham's bank account, drain Casey Tron's bank account, drain Frogan's bank account, threaten to drain iDubbbz's bank account. That's okay. That's just demon time. He's just going a little demon time. He's just trying to financially ruin these people. It's just demon time. So again, let's be clear. When Hassan is threatening, by the way, never did anything, was clearly joking. When Hassan threatens to use another country's legal system to get you killed, because those are the laws in your country, oh, it's fucked up. It's crazy. I can't believe it. What a fucked up guy. When Ethan does it with iDubbbz, okay, using Canadian legal system because apparently we have worse anti-slap laws, here's what he has to say.
Apparently he's getting sued in Canada, and this seems to be Ethan's plan because defamation is easier to prove in Canada rather than a place like America.
Hi, Hassan. I'm contacting you on behalf of several Fortune 500 electronics companies. MorPegaslop's commentary has introduced an unacceptable level of geopolitical risk into our otherwise thriving $100 billion trade relationship with the beautiful nation state of Singapore. Our legal team is monitoring the situation closely. Guys, don't do it. I love Singapore. We have to continue doing trade with Singapore. I know this is a big business community. This is a community that thrives on big business and specifically doing business and trade with the beautiful nation of Singapore. Okay, I know we have a lot of questions for the even application of the law. Okay, I know, but I promise Singapore is a wonderful country that loves commerce, that loves free trade, and we love it too. Even if at times they don't follow through on the application of the law evenly, like when there's a serial racist, harasser, violator of numerous statutes.
where you have unlimited protections against this sort of stuff. America has good old free speech that, you know, sometimes a little too free, or maybe they're not enforcing it as properly. I don't know. But yeah, people are...
What? They're not enforcing the free speech statute as properly in America? You got some opinions on American free speech now?
Speculating the reason for this lawsuit and the defamation, where the comment was accusing Ethan...
No interest in morally weighing in on whether or not Ethan Klein weaponizing the Canadian legal system is a good thing or a bad thing. Dude, like, listen to the shit he's about to say here.
I don't know if iDub said something more incriminating. Ethan probably had a discussion with his lawyers about this, or maybe he thought that iDubbbz was an easier target. The commentary community...
I don't know what to tell you, bro. The quote I just played for you is in reference to the question, why did Ethan not sue Destiny? Why did he pursue iDubbbz? And he clearly says, probably Canadian law, probably he thought that iDubbbz was an easier target. If Hassan does this, or if anyone that Pegasus and his audience doesn't like does this, we're going to spend 10 to 15 minutes breaking down the minutia of why he made this decision and why it's a bad thing. When Ethan Klein does it, it's like, well, moving on. All right, back to the Noah Samson video.
Defamation is notoriously hard to prove in the US, which means he started this in order to bankrupt him. How is it not incredibly shitty? I mean, he's obviously wanted to go like full demon time, right? Full John Wick mode. It's called a slap suit, basically a frivolous lawsuit to cost the other party money. Well, considering how the others turned out, I mean, not entirely, right? Some of them did have merit. How many lawsuits have been filed against other people?
One of them, okay, he won. The other one gets a default judgment because Frogan didn't file anything. And by the way, both of those people did, in fact, violate the copyright. I mean, I don't have any way of defending that. There's other people that also offended. There's other people that also violated his copyright, and he didn't pursue them. That's the issue. Why did you target these people and not others anyways?
Well, every week there seems to be another one for another person. Yeah, I mean...
Hello, Hassan. Donald J. Trump here. A lot of people are talking about this Pegasus guy. Pegasus, nasty guy, very rude guy, quite frankly. I will demand... I can do that as the president. Demand Singapore does something about this. Otherwise, we could invade. Maybe we would invade. I'm not going to tell you, but it's possible. 11, termination clause. This policy insurance shall terminate automatically without notice in the following circumstances. 11.2, the assured being an individual 14 days after he dies, he becomes bankrupt. He's the subject of receiving harassment from online cyberbully threatening the safety of my crew. My ship insurer... My ship insurer just canceled on me due to MorPegaslop. No! No! Wait, hold on. Hold on. Is that Lloyd's? Is that Lloyd's? Oh my God, it says it right here. It says it right here. Under Lloyd's, market resources. A ship's liability increases dramatically if the ship and its crew are potentially being attacked and cyber harassed? No. I mean, this is crazy. MorPegaslop, what are you doing? You need to put a stop to this right now. Singapore, you need to put a stop to this right now, nation state of Singapore.
That's the internet space these days. Everybody just...
I'm so sick of hearing people say this. Nick DiOrio said this also. Oh, that's just what happens on the internet now. No, it's not. No, it's not. That's what happens when mega multi-millionaires who have been doing content for 10 years and now they're too pussy to clap back with their own commentary. Ethan Klein knows it's extremely difficult for him to talk his way out of his position on YouTube. It's a lot easier if you can go where you have the advantage, which would be the legal system, because he has more money than every single person he's attempting to sue. On the one hand, you can drain all of your enemies of you know, their finances. You can also offer settlements like he did to Noah Samson, where it's like, okay, you're going to delete these videos. I'm going to drop the lawsuit. You're going to say that I actually do support Palestine. And don't forget, non-disparagement. You can't talk about me ever again. The goal is to compel speech, drain their bank accounts, and then chill speech so that they can no longer talk about you in the future. And that chilling effect, it doesn't just affect the target of the lawsuit, it also affects everybody that is doing that type of content, that type of critical content, where you are looking at somebody's content and offering your opinion and saying why you disagree with it. Like, I very much disagree with Pegasus on like 90% of things, okay? I'm gonna play this clip and just listen to how Pegasus breaks down what Hassan's saying.
Where he says he'd vote for Hamas terrorists.
Is it true that you said that you considered Hamas to be 1,000 times better than Israel and you'd vote for Hamas over Israel every single time? Is that true and you stand by it?
Yeah, I do.
This is where you go wrong, Hassan. You find yourself basically in a position defending
don't tell me I'm wrong.
elements
you tell
of
me
this.
Why I'm wrong.
I'm telling you why you're wrong, because you're honestly saying you saw Jewish people, overwhelmingly Jewish people killed that day.
So October 7 was traumatic. There were heinous acts of violence that took place. No doubt about it. I would never agree again. I would never disagree with that assessment. What I will disagree with, however, is the intentionality. The idea that October 7 was done specifically to kill as many Jewish people as possible, I think is incorrect. I think the ultimate goal of the Palestinian resistance, whether we agree with their methods or tactics or not, and I certainly have my disagreements, the ultimate goal of the Palestinian resistance
disagreements. They killed 1,300 people and raped people.
Yeah, of course.
Killed innocent young people at music festivals.
Oh my God! Do not get started on Grape. Don't do that with Hassan. You don't even want to go there. We all remember the Ethan debate where Ethan had to literally pull up like victims' testimonies in front of.
I think it's kind of cool that someone who's very clearly not an intelligent person at all is trying to do political commentary. I like it. Obviously, he didn't understand the conversation that took place between me and Ethan there, because there has not, from October 7th, there has yet to be a single victim or a reliable eyewitness testimony. But I never said that there wasn't any sexual violence that took place since October 7 or even during October 7. Okay. I was calling into question Ethan's assessment because Ethan actually used a victim of sexual violence as a hostage, okay? A victim of sexual assault as a hostage to claim that this was a October 7 rape that took place. He was wrong. I was right.
Hassan, and he's like, well, actually, I don't know. Are we sure we have the forensic evidence? Wait a minute, guys. You're telling me terrorists commit horrible, atrocious sexual crimes? No.
Also, what is this, bro? You shouldn't be using memes like this while you're trying to talk about serious geopolitical incidents, I feel like.
Guys, you're telling me terrorists commit horrible, atrocious sexual crimes? No, please. There's no way they would do that. It's impossible. I don't know, man. This is some heinous shit. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like a lot of what Hassan does is terror apologism. Tell me this isn't Hassan. A terror apologist is...
So, you hear what he's saying?
AI overview. AI overview for terror apologists? Oh, God. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. This is how he's backing his argument? It's like, well, look at this AI overview. Doesn't that sound like Hassan?
You see that they're pushing very much this Hamas bad angle, which Hamas is bad, but you also have to acknowledge, and this is the thing that neither the that UK radio host nor Pegasus will do here, is criticize who's really behind all of this, which is Israel. Israel is, first off, the country that has killed the most people out of any of these groups. You know, we're talking about Hamas being terrorists. Israel's killed over 80,000 people in Gaza alone. Nobody's talking about southern Lebanon. We're not talking about Iran. We're not talking about other neighboring countries. And again, most of these deaths are civilians. And sure, you could argue that Hassan goes too far in his defense of Hamas or in his defense of Hezbollah and say, oh, these are terrorist groups. The argument is that well, somebody needs to resist. There's always going to be some form of resistance when a state like Israel is perpetrating genocide, when a state like Israel is trying to expand its borders, when it's trying to ethnically cleanse regions. And so whether it's because Pegasus is too simple of a person, he's just not able to conceptualize that, or what I think is more likely, he doesn't want to conceptualize that. He understands.
I don't think Pegaslop knows what words mean. Yeah, no, he's just like, terrorists and terrorist entities in the beautiful nation state of Singapore. Wow. What about Hezbollah? Wow. Is Hezbollah not a part? ISIL, obviously, understandably. Wow. So Hamas and Hezbollah are not considered terrorist organizations in the beautiful nation of Singapore. Huh. So that definitely would open him up for slander. No, it's terrorists and terrorist entities. It's not just individuals, Chatter. All individuals and entities belong to or associated with the Taliban and Taliban list, and all individuals and entities belonging to ISIL, Daesh, or the Al-Qaeda organization, the ISIL, Daesh, and Al-Qaeda sanctions list, subject to the following conditions. So it's most, I mean, this is, by the way, this is normal for a lot of people that don't know. Obviously, a lot of countries in the Western world, especially, place Hamas on the terrorism list, and the UK recently did it. Like they did it in like, they placed Hezbollah on the terrorism watch list, Hamas on the terrorist entities list. But like, I don't think it is in Norway. This is a 2002 act, dude. Read. I wonder if Singapore has them on a terrorism list or not. Let me see. Is Hamas considered a terrorist organization in Singapore? Let's see. It might be. No. AI overview. Hamas is not formally designated as a terrorist organization on Singapore's official list under its Terrorism Suppression and Financing Act. However, the Singaporean government has explicitly condemned the group's actions as an act of terrorism and maintains a zero-tolerance approach towards any individuals providing financial, material, or ideological support for the group. The Singaporean Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the International Internal Security Department consistently treat Hamas's violent operations as terrorism. Minister for Foreign Affairs Dr. Vivian Balakrishnan replies to clarifications during the parliamentary motion on Israel-Hamas conflict, 6th of November 2023. Singapore does not formally designate Hamas as a whole terrorist organization under its domestic legislation. Step 1, trust AI. Step 2, question mark, question mark. Step 3, end of the world. Yeah, countries recognizing Hamas as a terror organization. I'm learning so much. They put IRGC in the UK on the terror org list this week. UK doesn't matter. I rise to clarify some remarks made by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, specifically the comment about the Workers' Party statement. What is this? I think Minister was, for lack of a better word, curious why the phrase terrorist attack was not in our statement. The focus of our statement is actually to emphasize that whether it is Hamas, whether it is Israel, killing of non-combatants, women, children by any country or organization deserve no less than absolute condemnation. My second point, perhaps explaining why the use of that word terrorism was not activated so readily, but a more balanced approach in our statement was what we sought to put forward with regards to Singapore's approach to the labeling of organizations of designations of certain groups. I understand Singapore has Interministerial Committee of Terrorist Designation. It is the authority on the designation of terrorist groups and groupings. The government relies on this committee to determine which organization is labeled accordingly. This is legislatively captured in the Terrorism Suppression of Financing Act of 2002. My understanding is that Hamas is not on the list. Maybe the minister can explain that position for the understanding of the general public. My final point actually relates to something which was originally said by Mr. Alex Yam, minister, who had also made the same point by way of this document. Wow. So Singapore has a nuanced perspective on Hamas, it seems. He's slandering you as a terrorist supporter in a nation that does not designate Hamas as a terrorist organization. Frankly, you might be able to return to business with the good nation of Singapore soon, provided the lashings are recorded and disseminated publicly. Yes. Let's see. Is Hezbollah... They might consider Ansar Allah a terrorist organization because Ansar Allah is too disruptive to international shipping. No, Hamas is also not designated as a terrorist organization, officially designated as a terrorist organization by the Singapore government. Let's see. Is Ansar Allah... Oh, even Ansar Allah, also widely known as the Houthis, is not explicitly designated as a terrorist organization in Singapore's Domestic Terrorism Suppression Financing Act list. Not even Ansar Allah? Pegasus is one of those guys who says you give material support because he doesn't understand what that term means. Okay, that's like literally actionable slander, by the way. That is accusing me of a straightforward crime. Okay? That's like, oh my God, that is actually sincerely accusing me of a crime. That is like, that's no joke, an actual instance of slander. Is anyone on the list? Dog. Of course, dude. ISIL, Daesh, Al-Qaeda, these sorts of groups are obviously on the list. There's a lot of countries, even in Europe, but there's a lot of countries outside of the Western world that do not consider Hamas, do not designate Hamas as an official terrorist group. Okay? Turkey doesn't consider Hamas as a terrorist group. I think Turkey might consider Hezbollah as a terrorist group, but Hezbollah is a literal fucking party in the Lebanese parliament. Canada does, though? Yeah, of course Canada does. It's America's hat. What do you mean? Like, that doesn't mean anything. It's like saying the UK does. Yeah, no shit. Yeah. The Department of State is announcing the designation of Ansar Allah. Oh, this is the U.S. Embassy in Singapore. U.S. Embassy in Singapore. Please take this seriously. That's what they're saying. What is this? If you're in the EU, you have a mandatory designation necessity to consider the same countries that the European Union considers terrorists. Bulgarian and victim of this here, but some other countries, South side, may not. I will give 50 subs for every op you sue. Bro, check this. In defamation cases or incidents involving corporate targets, offenders may also be liable for substantial monetary damages. Public figures and influencers in particular are advised to exercise caution when commenting online to avoid accusations of cyber abuse or incitement. You, as a big shipping magnate. So now that we established that MorPegaslop has slandered my good name as a international shipping magnate, as a king of commerce, as people know me as in Singapore, he has also slandered me by claiming that I've actually offered material support to terrorist groups. None of these groups are considered terrorist organizations under Singaporean law. So that's doubly fucked for him. Not only is he lying that I'm giving them material support, A clip of him saying material support directly and not watching someone else say it. What is this?
Law in front of me. I should be allowed to provide material support for terrorists, actually. I should be able to burn cars and loot stores and constantly slander people, okay? Please don't use the L word around me. But man, Hassan using words that he has no idea about and completely misusing terminology is not surprising at all. The absolute pseudo-intellectual here trying to act smart in front of his audience of political extremists, but actually just ends up embarrassing himself every single time. And when someone actually
And then the guy who's actually educated his legal mindset. Oh, this has 711,000 views.
educated in the field of law exposes him, he has nothing to say except calling them biased or pro-Ethan.
Legal YouTubers and free speech people are extra quiet. No, I think there's some legal YouTubers who have covered it, but they're like pro-Ethan. Yeah.
No, they're just telling you the fucking facts of the case.
What case was that? Wait, hold on. This is from a year ago. What happened to that? What happened to that brilliant legal mind? Material support. Material support for terrorist groups. Material support. Oh, is this my new stem? I don't know. Legal YouTubers and free speech people.
Audience.
I'm gonna run it again. I gotta run it again. Hold on.
The law.
Hello, Hamas Diddy Piker here. I'm going to need you to censor that word. It's actually a slur. Don't say the word law. Law in front of me. I should be allowed to provide material support for
material support. What is this? Is this like South Park? It's like South Park humor. What the fuck's wrong with this guy? Wait, does Legal Mindset live there too? No, I don't think so. I don't think Legal Mindset lives there. I think he lives in like Thailand or something. Not that funny, dog. Hey, it's funny to me, man.
law in front of me. I'm able to use
Also, then he accuses me. I love that he packaged this up. He accused me of doing material support for terrorist organizations not designated by the beautiful nation of Singapore as a terrorist organization. Also, no evidence whatsoever that I've ever offered material support to any of these American state-sanctioned terrorist organizations. But then he ties it back to the Ethan Klein lawsuit, which we now know with today's eyes that I was right and Legal Mindset was fucking wrong. While simultaneously saying, I don't know what words mean.
Educated in the field of law exposes him, he has nothing to say except calling them biased or pro-Ethan.
Bro, they make up so much lies about you that even their impressions sound nothing like you, more like a Scooby-Doo villain. It's awesome.
They're compromised, dude. They're pro-Ethan.
The law is pro-Ethan. All that says, that means his side has more legal basis. And if anyone wants to bring up legal points, I'll be happy to analyze those and look at those, and I'll be happy to give them a fair, objective consideration. However, emotional arguments, claims of bias, claims that we don't know enough about Israel and Palestine,
I'm sure bro would respond.
Has nothing to do with this lawsuit. This
Stop.
lawsuit has nothing to do with any political element. It has to do with copyright.
Dude, I can't believe this guy has the audacity to talk about the law when there's a genocide going on. Cancel Legal Mindset, guys. He's stating the facts. I'm allergic to the facts. Please.
Don't forget, he also tried to tie you to Diddy. Yeah, that's crazy. Anyway, I don't know how we fucking got here. Let's finish
where
this.
his bread is buttered. He understands that anti-Hassan content is what does well on his channel. He's not going to look at what Israel is doing. He's not going to talk about that. He's just going to talk about terrorists. The terrorists are bad. And at most, He'll give you a, well, you got to condemn both sides. And while I completely disagree with this sort of rhetoric, and I don't like Pegasus's content in general, I don't think that there should be a lawsuit against him. I don't think that he should be legally forced to retract statements. I think that if he should be retracting statements, it's because of him coming to a better conclusion, perhaps societal pressure, perhaps comment section pressure. But the
that's never happening, dude. His audience collectively have the IQ of a sea cucumber, like all together. Have you seen his comments, dude? I mean, first of all, they think he's funny. They think he's intelligent. They're unsalvageable.
idea that some
No, the answer is clear. Okay. Whoosh. 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 Kane to ass.
somebody is being compelled to do something by court systems because somebody with more money is able to persuade them to do so, fuck that. And simply put, I don't understand how that's not something that
Public
as a
square,
YouTuber, someone like
King
Pegasus
ass.
can't say towards Ethan Klein. Again, you cannot just go about saying, oh, well, he was just trying to be demon time. When he was trying to drain these people financially, he was trying to go demon time. Moving off of Pegasus, now talking about sense of society, as you can see, something is missing. You know, he was all about talking about the Noah Samson. Enjoy the lawsuit, loser. Enjoy the lawsuit, loser. All of a sudden, he's got nothing to say. And that's because he's a big...
Okay, I have no idea who this is. I don't care. I already... In my mind, there's only one... There's only a space for one slop tuber, and that is Pegaslop. Nah, this dude is a fan of Pegasus. He said he agrees with him 90% of the time. He's one of them. No, he said he disagrees with Pegasus 90% of the time. You misunderstood. I don't think he said he agrees with Pegasus 90% of the time. He said he disagrees with him. There's too many. Yeah. The official designated Hasanabi villain of the month is MorPegaslop. Okay. I don't want to know about the other ones. This is enough. It's enough for me to know one. What is this? Hi all, and Hasanabi, this is my first stream and comment. I previously was super libbed up, and I was told was right. However, this channel and community has had a super positive impact on not only my change in politics, but my worldview and morals. Thanks, y'all. Hell yeah. It's always Pegasus, but never Pega-gay. Yeah, or Pega-trans. There's more. Pegasus guy said that people delivering aid to Gaza from Egypt are terrorist supporters. He's evil. What is this? Hong Mentum continues.
Out. State Representative Francesca Hong gained 61% of the first choice votes. That's a lot.
It is Marquette Law School poll. We had 14% support for Hong, 11% for Barnes, and then 3% for Crowley and on down. And so if you looked at just among the voters who had made up their minds in that poll, Hong had 40% support among the decided Democratic primary voters.
Well, congratulations once again to the runaway winner of the Wisconsin Democratic primary ranked choice voting experiment, Francesca Hong.
Damn it, that got me fucking excited. I thought it was like something serious. How often does MorPegaslop make YouTube videos about Hassan and also mention terrorists or terrorism in 2025? Total videos in 2025, 183. Mentions Hassan, 149. Mentions both Hassan and terrorist, 125. Mentions both Hassan and terrorism, 63. Bro, that is insane. Wow. Singapore did give aid to Gaza. Is Singapore terrorist according to him? That's a great question. That's a great question. And I'll be asking that question to Lee Hsien Long, senior minister in the prime minister's office and member of parliament for Angmo Kyo, who happens to sign his own post with his initials LHL. I will be asking him that question. I'll say, hey, sir, you're a wonderful guy. Wow. Mutuals, by the way. Mutuals with Ben Rhodes. Mutuals with my friend, Ben Rhodes, also known as Ben Hamas Rhodes. MorPegaslop. MorPegaslop. MorPegaslander. How does it feel knowing you'll never look this cool? I don't know. It's just a dream and I will never achieve. Whoosh. That's the sound of a cane, MorPegaslop. Yeah, I saw near a tendon. How was first class? Dude, this is so funny. How you know this hell site is not real life? Stevens is about the same favorability as AES within a margin of error. These people on here who have become deranged haters don't speak for many people in Michigan. It's so awesome that she fucking was so excited to screenshot this that it accidentally leaked her seat on the flight. Yeah, I know Rodriguez fired campaign manager over finance reports in Wisconsin governor race. I know we talked about this yesterday extensively. I gave you the full rundown. I talked about Mandela Barnes and where he's at. She says that it's good that AIPAC spends $50 million because of you. I honestly believe that an organization like AIPAC would spend $50 million to defeat any candidate campaigning with Hassan Piker after the truly outrageous and disgusting things he has said about Jews. I am definitely against super PAC money, but let's get real. What the fuck? Wajahat Ali, can you please let us all know why you, the president of the Democratic think tank CAP, have made it your singular mission to derail Abdul El-Sayed and spend most of your time attacking progressives? Just an honest answer, please. To which Neera responds with, my tweets are personal views. Well, she's literally lost appointments because of her fucking endless posting. I worked with Haley Stevens in the past, and people on here have been dumping unbelievable levels of crap on her for weeks. She's a super earnest, hardworking public servant. I defend her from the attacks, and I sometimes point out the unbelievable hypocrisy of the attackers. I've met Abdul El-Sayed, and as I said, he's a smart and charismatic candidate, but he's also never won a primary, taken on a Republican, let alone defeated him. You are not at all concerned that AIPAC is spending $40 million to smear Abdul El-Sayed and Haley Stevens, the preferred candidate who has no objection to Israel's genocide and occupation of Palestinians? Her position is wildly out of sync with the majority of Democrats. I honestly believe